Welcome Libra to your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 20th of May for the Ascendant, the Sun or the Moon. On the screen now I'm showing the event chart right at the start of the week, and we can see the Moon is in your sign, but it is in an opposition with Mars. This can be quite a feisty combination. It can see our moods be a bit up and down. The Moon in your own sign gives you a greater desire to be in touch with what you need, which is actually a really good thing, I feel, for a Libran. But Mars is very close to the North Node on the other side of your chart. So if there is something going on around a relationship or someone you're interested in, this combination can actually embolden you to take the lead and go for it. Because the North Node is very much about our pull. It's the point of destiny. Mars is going to give you a much greater inclination to really act on impulse. Again, not a bad thing. But we can also see there's a pack of energy, including your ruler Venus in your 8th house. Very much to do with intimacy, can be to do with intimacy of a more sexual kind, certainly to do with where we're most invested. If there is a relationship therefore that's going along well and you're wanting to get closer, share more things, and basically devote yourself more to that person, this is a sparkling set of influences. Now, there may have been a little bit of a tender point last week when Mercury moved into the 8th house, clashed with Pluto, and there could still be some reverberations going on around that. So if your situation is not progressive around a relationship, in fact, it could be seeing you reflect on what you want to do about a relationship, that angle between Pluto and Mercury is still giving you food for thought. Pluto in your 5th house is very much where you need to manifest your individuality. It's your sunshine part of your chart. Whereas Mercury in the 8th house can be about shared resources. Could also be a sense that you're not getting the recognition or the financial rewards for demonstrating your talents. But do keep the faith, because as last week came to a close, a sensational link between Jupiter and the Sun may have seen something developing. It may have been an exchange of information, which Jupiter can be about. It may be an idea that you've got that someone's becoming more conscious of. And as we come into this week, things are set to open up in a potentially sensational way. Now, as you know, I don't use these kind of words lightly. I tend to be very cautious because I don't like the concept of basically building people up that this is going to be an amazing week, amazing month, and then it doesn't turn out that way, because we all know that life can be quite tough and it's not always a straight line. But on Tuesday, the Sun moves into your air sign triplicity, your shared air sign triplicity of Gemini. So here, life's speeding up after the introspection of the 8th house and the transformational period that you've been going through. Now, if there's something that hasn't worked for you, you're going to want to break free. But the same could be true if something has worked for you, you want to explore together. It just depends on your unique circumstances, but certainly travel is going to call out to you in a big way. Also, your ruler Venus moves to join with the Sun on Thursday. It is going to link to Pluto on Saturday. The Sun does that on Tuesday, and then we have a full moon. It's a full moon, which is in a way a flip of what it is for everyone else, because the full moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, which is about big thinking, big ideas and philosophies. But for you, it's 3rd house, very Gemini. On the other side of the heavens, the Sun in Gemini is in the 9th house, very Sagittarian. But the key is that Pluto in Aquarius is linking very constructively to both the position of the Sun and the Moon. Then on Saturday, Jupiter joins up with the Sun, Venus, and also the energies of that full moon, and moves into the sign of Gemini too. Now, Jupiter going into your 9th house, again, is a paradox, because Jupiter is technically debilitated in Gemini, but for you, the 9th house gives it that very Sagittarius feel. So widening your horizons, which in itself, very Sagittarian, being open to new experiences, livening things up, being more spontaneous, basically being more carefree. It's time to set your heart, your desires, your interests, your basic qualities free, and there is a fantastic chance that you can achieve it. But there has been an awful lot of intensity of late. It doesn't mean it's all been bad by any stretch of the imagination, but now if you're wanting to do something more off the cuff, create more variety, book that travel plan, or actually get on the move, book that course of higher education. If you're wanting to do something that's really dramatically different, you're getting an enormous amount of support as this week draws to a close. And at the heart of it is the transformational energy of Pluto, which is linking to Venus and Jupiter for the first time across these air signs for over 220 years. So in recent years, Libra, as you well know, it hasn't been easy, but this is a chance now to really seize control and really get back on the front foot in an incredibly dynamic way. Have a great week. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it grow. Take care and goodbye.